and welcome to Pause the Vows, episode 28. And it was another dinner party and quite a bit less dramatic than I expected. I don't know about you. I was thinking it was going to kick off, but didn't really. Not yet.
I mean, it did kick off in a different way, but
Yeah, I guess. I mean, like it's on a different level to what we've seen previously. It's definitely on a lower level.
yeah, it's on a lower level because I don't know, Beck handled it really well,
Yeah.
and Alyssa, her shenanigans because she did not get the surprise that she was hoping for.
Yeah,
David
that's
ruined
true.
it. So what she has done is she had sent those messages to everyone else. Why? I don't even.
I don't know, but when she brought them up and everybody just kind of froze for a second, but I was expecting to say, and I sent them to everybody else, so everybody else will have seen them, and she didn't say that. So I'm quite surprised
Because
because that would be
Stella.
the only surprise that she had left for Beck.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. I mean, I have a problem with elitist mentality. Like, some people use the word fuck this, that, and all, and some people are very cunning and smart about those words,
Yeah,
but intent is same. When you have somebody using like what is considered as low class language and
yeah,
then talking about how disgusting vile it is, it just doesn't rub me off very well because yeah, the language is mostly dependent on the society you were brought in, your
yeah,
friend group, and also, and the language is not so vile as in it's a language that people in any corner pub talk about, while it is not something that you would have in a press conference or on a regular TV. But I thought the language is alright in messages between two people.
yeah. I thought similar. Like, I get what you mean. It's not really that bad. I guess what people are maybe reacting to more is that it's about someone. But even still, I haven't heard anything that they've read out, and I get that a lot of it's bleeped, but we can tell what most of it is. I haven't heard anything that's made me go, oh, like, oh, that's terrible. How could she say something like that about that person? It's just it's just the nasty name calling. It's not like super offensive or anything like that. It's like it's getting. I'm getting sick of the term, but it's like mean girl, bitchy, teenage shit.
Yeah, that's about it, but
Yeah.
I don't know the way Alisa is talking about that's wild, that's disgusting. I don't
Yeah.
know. Her voice is doing it for me because you can act for a while, but at this point it's coming out as you are being this dramatic asshole towards someone.
Yeah.
We know the messages exist, and if you didn't really want to know, you didn't have to read. You and Beck will never be friends outside,
Yeah.
so that's a given thing, so we know that much. You didn't have to read those words outside with your mouth and repeat them 10 times and then circulate those messages and then think that is a disgusting and violent. Those messages are vile, but you are the one reading it again and again. And
Yeah. I take your point. When they were showing Alyssa and David pre dinner party, when Alyssa was sitting down talking to David about how she was going to bring up the texts and everything and why and all of that, it just seemed so scripted in the way she was delivering it, the words she was using. It all just seemed really contrived, like she'd prepared it in advance and like rehearsed it and then was giving it now to camera.
yeah, I mean, once you see it in the beginning, you'll be like, maybe that is her behavior. But once you see it after a while, the way she talks, she acts, and all,
Yeah.
it's very scripted and it's a fake showman's. I mean, both Beck and Gia have got it on point. It's just that she's getting a easy ride because we don't know anything about their relationship.
No.
Nobody knows in it. Everybody thinks it's going well and all, but I don't think. Yeah, I don't see the fondling of each other or the giddiness that Stella and Philip have.
Yeah, there's no real
Nor
affection, is there?
yeah, nor any struggles or arguments
Yeah.
because you're supposed to have one of those. You are just acting on the show, doing nothing, and then blaming everyone else. I
Yeah, and if
don't
we
know.
reflect back to yesterday with Alyssa getting feedback, there was no real feedback for her. And the day before, it was David and Beck just talking about text messages. So there's nothing of substance for their in their relationship for other people to talk about.
Yeah, and that suits them very well because I don't know if there is anything going at all. Like they're just friends being on the show.
Yeah,
I don't mind her being on the show. Everybody is trying to get him and make their 2 cents. You don't have to do that much. Like you don't have to talk from so high
yeah,
as if you have done nothing wrong. You have done never bitched about another girl with your friend because I don't believe a thing about her anymore.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure everybody does it at one stage of their life or another. Most just do it when they're teenagers and grow out of it. It seems like there's some people in that group who haven't, and Alyssa will have done it at some point in her life, no doubt, and she's pretending that she hasn't, and that that's so beneath her. And when you're an adult, yeah, okay, it's not really appropriate behavior, but
Yeah, but people
people
do
still
it.
do.
Yeah,
So,
that's and
you
it's
know,
not to her face. And also, I think I like. I mean, everyone calls back manipulative and all, but this woman has been taking from everyone, and
yeah,
I think Beck lost it when Alyssa started talking about how it is affecting everyone's behavior. Beck is like, I didn't send the messages. Who sent the messages? Gia.
yeah,
And why you are not talking about her and only coming to me because those messages were not sent to you, they were not shown to you. I did not say anything to your face at the time. I think that shut up Alicia because
yeah.
she doesn't want to take with Gia. Alicia is scared of Gia.
Probably, yeah. But I like the way that Beck kind of went about that because she explained, listen, I haven't hurt you directly. Yeah, I did wrong. Yes, I've apologized, but it wasn't me doing it directly. It was this person because of this person, and that she got it out of Gia that she did it to take Beck down, and that actually, like, the truth came out about that. And then
Yeah,
it was confirmed that Alyssa and David were just collateral damage, and Gia and equally Beck, and probably also Juliet, just don't give a shit about them. It's just about their back and forth. Who wants to be like on top, like Queen Bee kind of position?
yeah, it is.
That's
And
it.
yeah, where Alicia lost the plot is when she started talking about Beck like she's the one affecting everything. And it's just one of those things. Alicia and Rachel, I'm like, shut up when you talk to camera because have some awareness. This is not first season of Married at First Sight.
Yeah,
This is 13th season, and every season at the dinner parties, what happens? People shout over each other. That's what dinner parties are. Dinner parties,
yeah.
boxing, verbal boxing matches for women. So stop.
Sometimes men, but not very often.
Very not very often because yeah, it's a women's show, but we'll talk about it. But when they come before camera and talk like we are here, we are come on, both Rachel and Alicia. I'm like, please, we are not that stupid. Don't act as if we are stupid. Either you are stupid for thinking that is the show because they told you so,
Mm.
or you think we are stupid because we are watching.
Maybe we're the dumb ones for watching like so many out of 13 seasons and still expecting something different.
Yeah, I'm not expecting any different. It's just we are watching for the drama. We are not
Yeah.
watching for their love. And yeah,
I
and
mean, we
Rach,
enjoy the drama most of all, really, let's be honest.
yeah. And what else is there about today? Sam and Chris.
Oh, not quite yet. Um, let's finish off about Scott and Gia first, I think. I just thought, like, when it was like, oh, after the weekend, Scott and Gia have returned to their apartment. And it was like, oh, what a surprise. They didn't leave the experiment after all. And then Scott decided that he'd framed it as a planned weekend getaway.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Scott and Gia, they're just I
What
don't
a
know.
way to try and put a spin on the fact that he convinced her not to quit.
I don't think she's ever going to quit.
Well, yeah, I guess, but definitely put a spin on things like, oh, if she's leaving, I'm leaving too. And then the next day, we had a lovely weekend away. It was planned. It was great.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. She left because she had it crashing down for her.
Yeah.
So she left, And then Scott had to leave. Like, what are you going to do? It's your fourth TV show, so you know the format and what else to do.
Yeah,
And
and
they
I guess
came back
Gia's
in time.
left what 3 times already. Maybe he
Oh, I
figured he
think
better
it's
leave another this
five
time.
times if I'm not
Oh my
wrong.
god.
Like every time she gets angry, she leaves for a night,
Maybe she should be called the runaway wife.
run away. Why?
I'd say runaway bride, but they've already had the wedding, so
I mean, I kind of understand it today. Like this might have married at first sight, but this is drama at second sight. Drama at no, it should the show should be called drama at dinner party,
yeah, I guess.
not after dinner party. It should be drama at dinner parties.
Yeah. It's not quite dinner and a show, but it's not far off if you're not involved in the drama.
Yeah, and Gia finally confessed that she's doing all this to take down Beck,
Yeah,
and Beck rightfully asked what she did do to Gia to take down.
yeah.
At which Alicia interrupted, like, shut up, I don't want, I wanted to hear from Gia. Gia is not going to say anything.
Well, she might have said something or something that would give us a hint because, to be honest, I didn't expect her to confess that she was trying to take Beck down. I thought she would have just given a word salad and got on with it.
Yeah, but she did say
Yeah,
it,
so she
and
might have given a
Beck
clue.
tried to kind of ask her why that is, and
Yeah,
ask her why she thinks that Beck has tried to take Gia down.
yeah,
I would have wanted to listen, but Alicia has to say, stop using us as pawns. Stop. I don't know. Get out
yeah.
of the show. I just don't want to hear that voice. Once you see how performative it is, it annoys the fuck out of anyone. Like the fakest. I think the problem is, I think Alicia might be a fake personality,
Right.
not fake on show. I think she's fake in real life
Fake
too.
all over.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that's what it made me feel like, because yeah, for her to be fake for so long, that's the only thing. If you see David hardly says,
Yeah.
so he can stay fake for life.
Fake for life.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not saying anything, if you're saying like two things, yes. But Alisa, the voice, the way, it's just annoying at this point of time. And let's talk about Sam and Chris.
Oh yeah. Well, that was an uncomfortable car journey, wasn't it? We were both looking out the window, away from each other. Then like Sam lifted up his sunglasses, like, and then looked like he was wiping away a tear, and then oh, just a heads up, called him a gaslighter. They cut out most of what he was saying and just showed him talking, and yeah, like I get that things are unresolved. Um, and I think that it was probably good that he mentioned to Chris ahead of time that he was going to bring this up to the group. However, calling him a gaslighter and doing it literally a few minutes before they're about to walk into the dinner party was not the best timing. I also get that, if he'd said something back at the apartment and it didn't go down well, then that's not good. But at least if Chris then decided to go to the dinner party, he'd had more warning and hopefully hadn't been called a gaslighter.
I mean, irrespective of what the group thinks or anything, I think they have it's gone. Like
Yeah.
everything they might have built or do anything, I think that's gone, because Sam kind of clocked it. Like whatever it is, Sam doesn't know. It's just when Chris doesn't want to talk about it, he gaslights you. I think it's more of a habitual thing rather than
Rather than just like once in a while or just
yeah, like
coincidental.
yeah, like if there are, every human has this core issues where they would not like to talk about,
Yeah.
and when you try to kind of make them talk about it, they get defensive and all.
Mm.
But what Sam was doing was something very simple and could be manageable if Chris had said, oh, I was put in the position, I didn't know what I was talking about,
Yeah.
or anything. But the way he reacted there, and then how he kind of went to Gia and talked about it, and how he tried to flip off the script,
Yeah.
he's like a professional gaslighter.
Yeah. He definitely talked from his defensive position and from
Yeah.
his perspective only. He's not able to see Sam's point of view at all, or is just refusing to and just denying that it's actually even possible,
I think it's Chris Way or
Yeah.
it's Chris Way or no way. That's it.
Yeah. I
Because
agree. I do. It's just like,
yeah, you are
oh,
having a kid. Like 3 months after the experiment, and
Yeah.
you're supposing to come on a show. You came on a show because you wanted the spotlight. I'm not going to shame anyone because everybody wants to be on a spotlight.
Yeah.
And he has been very understanding for everything that you have thrown. Maybe you could have. I think it's just a habitual thing. There is nothing out
Yeah.
of
Maybe
the
it's just,
ordinary. I think it's just Chris being Chris.
yeah, maybe it's more of a personality trait. Like, no, like you say, it's my way or the highway. You know, you do it my way or not at all, and you believe me or you don't. But I definitely didn't say what you said I did. I said this, and I'm sorry you feel that way.
Yeah, everything is there, and it's one of those things they try to talk before the group, but nothing has.
Yeah. I think the fact that Sam started laughing and smiling when he got that apology in front of the group is what will have been the final nail in the coffin for that relationship.
Oh
I
no.
don't think it probably would have survived anyway, but you could see Chris immediately was really angry and really upset at that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just one of those things when you have that kind of personality. It's, yeah, I mean, I'm not a relationship expert, but getting couples in the middle of the,
Yeah, I understand how the group dynamic could help. I think as an alternative, maybe inviting another couple that they both get on well with as like a referee might have actually not been a terrible idea because then they would hopefully both feel that they weren't just completely butting heads. They had like an ally and not someone that's going to take sides. Because if it was Scott and Gia, for example, Sam might feel like, oh, well, that's your bestie in Gia. Scott might just feel like a bit of spare part. So maybe there isn't anybody in one
no, I mean,
couple.
even if there is, it's just one of those things like I won't trust any couple in that experiment to have a proper judgment
Yeah.
because there are so many games going on, and then suddenly Danny has started to plan his exit strategy.
Oh, wait. We've got to talk about his extra commitment before we talk about his exit strategy because
Okay.
apparently it's never been done before. A wife who's also a girlfriend. But I think he's forgotten that Gia and Scott did it weeks ago.
Yeah, I
And
I
then
remembered the
and
same
then
thing, and
Beck's face at the cocktail party when Stella said to Philip, "Hey, why didn't you ask me to be your girlfriend?" And he was like, "Well, because we don't go backwards." And she just looked gutted. But Danny's definitely made Beck his girlfriend just to keep her quiet, just to keep her happy and just moving along. And
yeah, I mean Danny wants to be on the show, and Danny is doing his Danny thing. He slept to be on the show. Respect for him.
what do you mean? Oh, yeah, I slept with Beck just to stay on the show.
Yeah, because
I thought you were meaning you slept with someone to get on the show for a minute then.
oh, it's even worse. He slept with someone on the show to be on the show. Like we know that Danny doesn't like Beck. Danny likes somebody who is like 5 years younger, maybe 10 years younger, and comes with a few million or a few opportunities, whatever it is, because he's a businessman. That's what he thinks. And for him today to throw Beck under the bus, I felt like he threw Beck under the
Did
bus.
you?
Yeah, because
I didn't.
no, I actually thought so because he talks about ride or die, this and that. He's just talking blubs of shit whenever he wants to
See, the
use
way
a
I see
thing.
it is you can still have someone's back, but you can also one to one, like the conversation they were having, call out their bad behavior in a respectful way. And he was basically just saying, I've had enough of it. You need to just stop.
See, this is what I'm talking about. He is planning his exit strategy. He could have. He's not somebody who doesn't have awareness
Yeah.
to take it to the room, apartment, and then have the discussion. I think he's just planning his exit strategy. Everybody is planning their own things when you have too many people
Yeah.
with too much on the line, the fame, the everything. It's just games being played
Yeah.
one after another.
I mean, he says that he's spoken to her privately off camera about the text messages and stuff. Has he really?
I mean,
We
him.
don't know. So the way she reacted was a bit like she's either not had that conversation with him before and feels thrown under the bus because, he's calling her out on her behaviour, or she's just sick of hearing it. Probably the latter.
Okay, it's one of the see. Beck always knew in the back of her mind, back of her brain, that Danny is here for the show and he's not.
Yeah.
That insecurity is always there.
Yeah, it's probably just resurfaced, hasn't it? With the whole, like, she seemed to interpret it as him basically saying, like, he's taking a step back, like, in the relationship.
Yeah, because back after lashing on that one dinner party against everyone, I
Yeah.
think she has behaved very well. It's just other people kind of dragging back into shit, but Beck didn't really herself insert into anything.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to go back to the retreat debate, so we'll just forget that happened.
Retreat debate is that's what I'm talking about. It's one of those things like she hasn't done anything. It's just a funny line. Rachel, what Rachel is happening is Rachel is looking sitting opposite across Gia and Juliet, and they were making
It's okay.
faces.
It's okay. We don't need to rehash it
No, I mean if you are
because
rehashing
ultimately
it,
part of it was, well, I wasn't going to. That's why I said
but
we'll move on
yeah,
from it. Ultimately, we now know that Steve was part of what kicked it off. So,
yeah,
you
but
know.
that's what I'm
Anyway,
talking about.
back to Beck.
Yeah, Beck, I think she kind of realized that Danny is 2 weeks to go.
Yeah.
I think Danny is playing his exit strategy because he must have planned everything. With Danny, it's not like I do this at this time or I react based on what is happening. And him talking about I came on the show because of world outside is not working. You have too
Yeah.
much drama, this and that. Women are drama in general. He's talking out of his arse. It might sound like that's what I'm talking about with very good story players. You don't know what is real and what is not.
Yeah. And well, you're either overeducated or overdressed. He's always overdressed.
Yes, except when the parents come to visit.
Which,
He
you
does
you could argue shows how much he actually genuinely cares. If it matters to you, you make the effort, right?
exactly, that's what I'm talking about. He does it so well. I think what do you think these people do when they're not shooting?
I think he does whatever he can to not spend time with Beck.
Well,
That's my guess anyway.
no, what I meant to say is Gia, Alicia, Danny, and who else? I think these are they always plan what to say, what to show, how to do, what
Right.
should be their strategy and everything.
Maybe.
That's what they do all the time. That's why they are very calculative and
One
But
thing I don't get is I seem to remember in earlier seasons when, I know it's a bit off topic, when couples would seemingly scheme about, well, what are you writing, stay or leave? What are you writing, stay or leave? Like if they planned it and that got back to the experts or the producers, like consequences would happen, shit would go down. And that's something quite simple. And yet we get all of this drama again and again, and they just get a stern talking to from John. That's it.
I mean, what happened this year is there aren't many couples left.
Well, yeah, because they keep walking out.
Yeah, couples are either keeping working out and married at first sight is not as desirable as it was 10 years
No,
ago. You know what happens is it's just love while and married at first sight. You have love is blind.
it's
What
the
else you have? You have so many reality shows, and what happens is you have like these influencers flooding the market.
it's like the consequence of success, isn't it? Like you end up with less people going in for genuine reasons.
No,
It's more
not
people for fame. It's more influencers. It's more for content and clipping stuff to put online. It's less about making the show good.
No, I mean, it's always the influencers. There was never this, what is it? There was never genuine people as per se. What happened was you would have the cream of the cream at the top coming onto the shows.
Yeah.
Now we have whatever is at the bottom coming to the shows because cream is moving to you. The market is flooded with so many influencers and reality stars.
Yeah.
You just don't have that enough desirability. You have to spend 10K for to be on the show, maybe another.
Yeah, and
5K for process, and for all that, if you see somebody like Juliet or somebody, she has Juliet or Mel, they have like 3,000 TikTok followers,
yeah.
which is like pity. Like everybody in the street, they in every street there is a man or a woman more followers
Well,
than
yeah,
them.
it's not really that hard to get like a certain number of followers when it's that low level.
Yeah, and also it's just the brand deals are not there anymore because the
Yeah.
market is so flooded with all the influencers and real. It's just we are getting garbage and we just have to watch the garbage.
Yeah, I guess. At least it gets some bits of entertainment out of it anyway. Okay, so our last couple for today is Rachel and Stephen. They talked about how their feedback week went, at the dinner table, and Steve drew a line about everybody discussing their sex life and when are you gonna have sex. I thought that was quite good that he finally stood up for himself and for them and was like, "Listen, enough's enough. If and when it happens, it'll be because we want it to happen." And we'll tell you.
Yeah, I
It's a
mean,
shame it took so many bloody weeks.
yeah, I think it's one of those things. And yeah, and Rachel, I'm surprised that Rachel took Danny aside. Like, she talks about all the things like when you want to talk with, you should talk with both of us together. I don't know, like, I don't know why Rachel took Danny aside. She doesn't need.
Yeah. Well, I'd forgotten about what that was for a second then. Yeah, well, I thought that was an interesting move actually, because Beck stormed out of the dinner party feeling attacked that, you know, Danny's saying,
Danny threw Beck under the
oh,
bus. I'm not
well,
going to question that.
I'm just not gonna argue. I'm just gonna go with it. Feeling like she's been thrown under the bus, feeling like he's backing out of the relationship a bit, and she's feeling insecure. So while she's in backstage or in the toilet, whatever, because they showed the toilet at one point, demanding to be allowed to leave, he gets up and walks towards the end of the table, and then Rachel pulls him for a chat, and it's like, first of all, interesting move that he stayed because he did say before the dinner party he was just not going to get involved. He's not only verbally creating some distance, he's physically created that, and then possibly more so by going and having that chat with Rachel.
Why would Rachel have the chat? Rachel, what happened to all the values and your morals? It's just
But
one of
why?
those
What do you
things.
think her intention was? Because her intention might just have been to be like, "Are you okay?" That looked like it was maybe a difficult conversation for you both. And now she's left. Like, what's going on?
It's one of those things Rachel wants to medal herself because she thinks Beck deserves it. It's one of those things when you have what happens is it's just one of those things. There will
Is it
always,
one of those things?
yeah, it is.
I wouldn't know because you just said it 3 times.
Yeah, that's all right. Rachel just wants to meddle in the relationship. She didn't need to. She didn't have to. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, she could have just let him sit at the end of the table with the group of people that was there and just chat and get on like nothing had happened.
yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. She got upset at Steven for doing the same thing. It's just one of those things. This is why I just don't like either Rachel or Alicia. They talk from very moral high ground, but when it's their turn, they just because they have learned a bit of PR language and all being in social media.
Yeah.
I just don't like either of them. I would rather prefer Beck, Stella, and even Gia. I know Gia is a snake, but I would rather have a snake. Useless pawn's.
Well, at least Gia gives some entertainment at some point.
I mean, she ran the show, let's be honest. Beck
Oh,
might be the
well,
front end, but Gia is the one who is pulling all the strings.
yeah, Beck's become like the season's battering ram, hasn't she?
Yeah, I think she has. I was really glad that Beck kind of stood because at some point it just becomes enough.
Yeah,
I think.
I got a bit frustrated with the straight to camera that um Rachel, and I can't remember who else it was, might have been David, was saying basically like Beck keeps interrupting. But at some point, you have to let Beck have her say. You can't just go at her. I know Alyssa wasn't like shouting at her and everything, but you can't just keep talking at someone and not give them the right to reply, so to speak. You're accusing her of doing all of these things. In fact, well, no, she said these things, so you're confronting her, so at least give her the opportunity to talk when she's asking, "Can I please talk?" Because when Beck asked for a moment to say something, it seemed like Alyssa had stopped talking at that point anyway. And then Alyssa tried talking, and then they were going over each other, and it's just take it in bloody turns.
Yeah, it's. I think Beck has done her apology tour and she has overextended it. And this is what I'm talking about. Alyssa and Rachel, I don't care. You are there as seat fillers because they don't have more couples. They didn't kick either of you out. So please, I'm not going to take anything from you. Have your time. And Alicia got a advertisement out of her first stunt for Chinese EV.
Yeah, Cherry.
Yeah, which is wonderful. Do your social media thing, but I don't think it lasted long because she's getting a very negative arc.
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen much.
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, people on TikTok hate her. I don't know why, but
Oh, it'd be interesting to see what comes next then.
yeah, it's just sad that we are getting these snippets now and then on TikTok because apparently we are 4 weeks.
Yeah, we're so far behind.
I think more than 4 weeks. I don't know how far.
I don't know, but we need it at the same time as Australia.
Yeah, we do. I think I don't know what it is. Maybe it is because UK has its married at first sight too. Maybe they don't want it to become bigger here.
I don't know, but the UK one's like it ends quite a few months before the Australia one starts, so
Yeah, but they still
yeah.
want to have the franchise lead as UK one.
Boo. Boring.
That's what it is. And
Yeah.
with that, we'll end the show.
Yep, I'll see you tomorrow.